G2, G2. Believe in them. What the fuck is that? What is that? That's true. That's true. Yo, load. I fear no man. Alright, focus up. Focus up.
Welcome back, everyone, to Worlds. We are halfway through.
You can join the Reddit here if you want. There's the Reddit. If you want to join the Reddit, post some memes. I'll check it out after next game. I saw the Adam tweet. I saw it.
Kia, and of course we got Chronicler straight from the cast on the desk because we need you.
Yeah, actually, I'm very pleasantly surprised. I think you know the Genji game was maybe not the best, but all the other games were actually really back and forth. Very close affairs. I was impressed by BDS.
Having fun.
Praying for EU's only hope.
Looked pretty good,
Really
lost.
good.
Really good.
C9.
They're praying for me. I'm the only hope.
I think BDS was pretty competitive in that last game, but this big one I think is really gonna tell the story of
if there's
how
delayed audio,
EU's
just
first
restart.
game goes
Just
to work.
refresh the
Because
stream.
It's a matchup that if G2 is for real, they're definitely looking to win.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to intro it. And in terms of kind of the relationship between these two
G2,
teams
don't let us
also,
down,
Kobe,
please.
It's shaping up to be quite a rivalry internationally, specifically
Don't
at
let us
Worlds,
down,
where
please.
for G2 it was really only 2019 where they got the upper hand, and after that it went away.
They started out throwing the first punch, then Damwon got really angry and kept on punching back. And this is actually one of my favorite of all time international rivalries. We actually don't get that many where we get to see them re-meet up in consecutive years, but the peak of Showmaker and Canyon being able to come back and absolutely destroy was just so fun to watch. And that's what I really want for D+, to be able to see them get back to that point, because they're two legendary players. And as for G2, of course, everybody in Europe was,
I'm stressed.
This is the team for Europe with all
I need to run one row of ads. Will run in 10 seconds. You can subscribe with Twitch Prime to avoid them if you want. You won't miss anything before the game starts. It's not going to start for another 5-6 minutes.
That was a masterful setup
I'm sorry.
As well, because
I need to
we
push
can
them
skirt
back.
around it a little bit and
As
go
you
like,
know.
it's hard. It's the LCK 14, but if you
can Prime or Tier 1, do whatever you
say
want.
you have a genuine shot, this is a game you have to win. And I think when we look at how G2, as you already put, went about this season, it was fantastic for them. Of course, big changes.
My brother's watching me from his work conference.
A different approach after MSI,
Legend.
which was very disappointing for them.
He sent me a picture.
The question is, can they do anything right now?
My bro's in the chat.
D plus Kia.
Brother Rat.
Looking at the stats that are on your screen, the answer would be yeah.
His name in chat is JLOS22.
But then it just calls into question what you think the overall strength of the region is and how G2 was able to improve shadowboxing themselves, because they were dominating everyone they played against in the LCK. Or sorry, LEC. But I've also heard that they have been very competitive in all of their scrims and are very confident coming into this game.
And they basically did have a really big goal after MSI. I think we hear this from many teams when they come back from an international tournament and didn't have the result they wanted.
We can win.
But they wanted to have a lot in their wheelhouse.
A
they
prayer
wanted
for
to
G2.
not just go off early leads. They wanted to make sure that
A prayer for G2.
they have been growing as this jungler could approach a lot more. But this is a hard matchup for Yike.
Yeah, I mean, Yike is an incredibly exciting rookie here, you know, coming from Europe with the success that he's had. The Belvest speciality with is extremely powerful.
Can anyone say anything to...
He's going against my personal jungle goat of all time, even if this
Can anyone
wasn't
say
the
anything
best year
to
for Canyon.
keep us
He
calm?
had some
Who's going to win?
games
Who's going to win?
as
Tell me.
well as
Who's going to
some
win?
POG games.
Yeah, it's really. So I was first of all very impressed by Yike and his individual
G2,
performance.
that's
even though
right.
G2's MSI wasn't too
You
great.
wonder, shut up, Wunder, stop saying
Damwon
Damwon.
during that tournament. For Canyon, if you didn't watch a lot of LCK, he was almost near the standing of puck points. I forgot what he ended up with, but he was like
Quick
100,
thing,
200
there's a Worlds giveaway going on
So
right
one or
now.
two
You can
games
win
where he
Korea
didn't
Asia
get
Games
enough,
jerseys,
done.
PC,
But in the games
displays,
where he wasn't,
mouses,
he was actively
headsets.
the
You just click the
reason-
link in the chat and you can enter.
As a G2 with their usual swagger.
It's
Holy
it's
fuck.
It's
Sunglasses
connected
diff.
to their, their K-pop band.
You can click it in the chat if you want to win
That's why they're,
prizes.
They're swagging
Yeah, where
around.
did the caps come out? Where's caps at?
D+, every single time at Worlds, I think
Damn,
the
the
team...
spammer.
Last year was a great example. They overperformed, right? We know that these players are good enough. Deft, Showmaker,
He was first? Oh, I didn't see it.
And Canyon in particular. But
I
if
didn't
you
see it, I
look
didn't see it,
at
I didn't
their
see it.
form in both playoffs and throughout the year,
Here's the giveaway link if you
in
want to
the
use
best
it.
of one in particular, I find it really hard to know which form of the team you're going to get.
Yeah, I'm especially kind of heart-wrenching moment
Go
when you
back
listen to
on
Showmaker's
YouTube, bro. I'm on
interviews.
YouTube.
don't
What are you on about?
And he's talking about how, you know, League of Legends is much more
Yeah, I
job,
saw G2 Twitter.
not as fun for him anymore. Sometimes he gets nervous now when he goes against big-name players in the mid lane, and these sorts of things, especially when you're going against Caps and Caps' current form, where he has had a huge
Here comes the
change.
Damwon
That's been
boys.
one of the biggest things that you're talking about changing from Zion, the lane dominance that he has come up against. The mid lane matchup is also incredibly important.
Aw,
But I
Showmaker.
feel like we have a bit of a question mark if we are going to see an uptick, because a lot of the things that we desired from D+ Keo, I think in the Gauntlet, for instance, we saw glimpses of that, and the question is that page now turned?
Yeah, and that's I think what we're going to find out in this first game as well, because we will have very early an idea. Because if they fall behind, I don't think D+ in their current form are really a team that is going to be able to do the Genji thing and come back. Or what JDG did just now, right? They need to be ahead early, so I'm expecting so much explosiveness, and we'll get an answer very early on as to what form they're in.
And Canyon can be
Time for your
jungler.
annual
He
beating,
has it in
XD
him to
Showmaker.
be the
Bro,
best
shut up.
jungler in the world. I have a clip from regionals that they had a lot of success in. I just want to focus purely on Canyon in this moment and kind of fanboy. He is so good at controlling the jungle, and he is on Rel. He played a whole bunch of tank junglers this season, like so many other junglers, but he's going to do, because he has a pushing bottom lane here, he's starting topside as well, and then they made a recent change where a lot of the gold went into these small raptors, and with Rel you can EQ to steal all of the small raptors away, and then he uses his pushing bottom lane come up to ensure that he also counter jungles the red away from Grizzly. But what's really cool is how he covers the possible responses, because he jumps over the back of the wall, waits around for the scuttle crab, and then he goes and he burns mid lane mana to make sure that Showmaker and the bottom lane will be able to defend the counter.
Mid lane
from
mana,
his
Azir
opponents
WE,
and
lots of
defend
mana.
his blue buff, because he's working off the assumption that Grizzly has nowhere else to go except the bottom side of the map, and so he's able, by just
I just
burning
voted
the
for
mana
Caedrel.
of
What did you
Zeka
vote for
there
me?
for his gank in
The
the mid
esports
lane,
awards?
ensure that he has bottom lane plus mid lane to protect
thanks, bro.
that side of his jungle, and then as long as you go back and you take out the top side as well, there are no camps for your opponent to get back into the game
thanks,
on,
guys.
and it allows Canyon
Much
to
love.
here get a reset and then get the first dragon for them as well. And that, even though there's no kills there, he did so much to control the state of the game purely through jungle.
Good
and
telestrator.
that's a very nice tool of pushing bottom lane.
And then in other games, he walks in as Diana and dies twice, right? And,
Exactly.
and we won't know. What I do want to very shortly touch upon is that Callan,
Come on,
to me,
G2,
is
we gotta
gonna
win
be a
this.
big difference maker. I think
We
Callan
gotta
is
win this. If we
development,
lose to
and the
Damwon,
fact
what does that set?
DK has
If
prioritized
G2
him
loses
as
to
the main
Damwon, the
support
precedent for EU
is
teams
big.
is
He
just
was, to
fucked,
me, the
isn't it? We're
biggest,
just screwed.
change in consistency for the team. And particularly against G2,
The MVP.
with how with how good Mickey has
We're
been
actually
playing. If
just
Callan
fucked, aren't we?
doesn't uphold that level, then I don't even know how the rest of the map is going to look like.
I like it. There are a lot of questions. You do mention it, of course. Mickey was crowned as the MVP, of course, for the whole year. That was in the
Okay,
LCS,
there's a
which
lot
is
of pressure
big
on
thing
this
in terms
game.
Of his resurgence, also in career.
EU is so
He's also
fucked
not
if we
been
lose
at
this game.
Worlds
We're
for a
so
long
fucked. We're
time.
so
He's
fucked.
really
We're so
looking forward
fucked.
to
We're
that.
so fucked.
There
What do you
are
mean
so
it's
many
day one?
questions,
Day 2 is
but
tomorrow.
I'm gonna find out what's
It's not like we got a
maybe
week,
that
has
helps
it?
us guide us through it.
Has it?
In our
It's a day
MasterCard
2 is
fan
tomorrow,
predictions,
isn't it?
And of course, every day you can head over to @MasterCardGG on
It's not like we're gonna play next
cast
month.
Your vote, but
Okay.
they went for G2 with 60%.
Okay.
And D+ Keo with
Holy.
40. You know, we know that the G2 fans are very loud on XChat.
They absolutely are, and I am still fascinated by this matchup. I mean, we talk about Showmaker not having confidence this year and how when he was at his best, he was the best mid laner of the world in 2020. And we also look at someone like Caps, who the story, if he was able to win Worlds this year, would be so unbelievably amazing because he was a World Finalist 2018, World Finalist 2019, and advanced from groups in 2020. But it's been 3 years now since he's been able to make any level of noise at Worlds, and I do feel like G2 is better this year than they have been since 2020, which gives them the biggest chance. And the fact that they're just up against this team of like former world champions in D+. Deft won it last year, but their form is so questionable. Like we've been talking about it this entire time. There are just more unknowns in this game to me than there are in any other matchup. So I like that this prediction is 60-40.
Let's just start the game. Let's not analyze it.
And I understand
just say,
why, because this G2 team has so many of the things.
Why can't we hype up Damwon? Just say Damwon looks like the best team in the world.
With the success of
Just
G2, which is
so we can beat them and then we get Copium.
They have the flexibility of champion pool as well.
Stop saying G2 is amazing.
The Pike days, but now you're getting the Lissandra counter into the Rakan from Mickey. You're getting all kinds.
G2 is not that good. We're overrated. We're not that. No, we're not the best team. We're basically average. Damwon looks like the next contender for a world title. They have 3 world champions. There's no way Damwon's gonna lose to G2. There is no
But what does it come
way.
down to? If we see a Showmaker and Canyon with great synergy again, I don't want to say of old 2020, but on a very good level, does that immediately kind of dispel that notion? And does that make D+ Kia then immediately a favorite, or how does that work?
I think with best of ones, it's going to be hard to tell, but I would say if you're trying to measure the peak of either team, I would say peak D+ would beat peak G2, but that is literally not how League of Legends works. It's about what form you have on the day and what happens. And in
Peak
that case,
D+ would beat peak
G2.
All right, let's see what happens and head over to
shut
our
up.
casters for this really exciting matchup.
False.
Thank you very much, guys.
Hysterics!
It's a pleasure to be here alongside a legend of the European seed. We had to start properly. If we're introducing the first seed, we may as well introduce Vedius. Myself, Hysterics, I'm part of the LPL, but you're more important.
It's an honor to finally have you here at the World
It's
Championship,
my honor.
my friend. No, it really is. We've enjoyed your commentary for the LPL for a while now. You're going to start with a bit of EU versus LCK.
Be biased as fuck, Freddy.
It's a bit of an interesting rivalry. The
Be biased as fuck.
It down so much. We've seen these two
Be biased as fuck.
fight throughout the years in recent history.
Why are you
There
writing
has been
Caedrel mod
D+,
checks?
that
I'm
has
right here.
been the victors. But as a European, I'm feeling confident about what this G2 roster is bringing to the World Championship.
I think you should. Again, you know, I've kind of coined this as like my favorite team in EU simply
I'm not a
because
caster.
they play
Look at me.
a bit more like the old
Look at me.
style, right? They're versatile, they're bloody, they're crazy. You never know what
I'm
to
a
expect
G2
and,
fan.
like, what lane to look out for in G2.
It's very true. Like, in terms of draft, I'm very excited to see what they will be bringing out. But we're going to get introduced to the teams as they make their way onto the stage.
G2 first. G2 first. Introduce G2 first.
We're looking forward
G2
to
first.
seeing the debut of these two teams at World so far.
Yes.
G2 first now.
Yeah, the boys.
Team with high expectations, Vedius. Very high expectations. And
Come on, calm, collected, smart, clinical.
Young rookie Yike joining the roster in the place of Yankos, kind of the GOAT jungler of Europe. A lot of weight was kind of put on his shoulders. But so far he has lived up to those expectations and he is delivering the return to many staples.
Boys. Yeah, you guys can go to your seats now.
Have the best international record.
Get sit down, get in practice tool, warm up.
Back-to-back World Finals in 2018 and
Why does Hansama look like he looks like a fucking K-pop star, man? He looks so hot.
World Championship on Rogue. He was an absolute monster on things like the Misfortune. And Mickey, our MVP, our standout player.
He better still be playing Cogmore Brown. I don't care if he's about to drop an album. I need that Cogmore Brown, baby. Lock it in.
Crazy for not putting him in at that point where Western players are usually left out. So again, high praises for G2, but the first seed of Europe is now going up against Korea's very own.
Just choke the first game, okay? Come on. Don't be informed. Please be bronze.
Straight away, you can say that this might be the 4th seed, but after last year's Worlds, I'm not sure that the weight
Please
of
be
that
boosted
goes
as fuck,
down a
please.
bit.
What an exciting opportunity. They did struggle throughout summer season, but as we got to the gauntlet, it really did feel like this team found their form. And we've been hearing scrim rumors for both of these organizations that they're looking good, they're in form. We've been hearing interviews from D+, rather. It's going to take us a while. Saying that they have found their form, they're finding their synergy. And now we're going to get to see it here. Best of one between G2 Esports and D+ Kia.
And a quick transition note there as well. You know, throughout the season, we've seen Bible a little bit coming through when they needed a stronger voice. Seeing Cullen back in the role
I don't need none of that negativity.
With the
Nope.
hands, and especially when you're alongside someone like Deft, it makes a lot of sense. That
I don't need none of that
negativity.
negativity.
On the DRX roster.
Stop being weird.
All reliable,
It's one.
I think, to be said for D+ Kia that they can look towards. With
No
the
negativity.
experience
Just
at a world
win.
championship like this.
Just confidence.
Oh, it's an exciting one, Hysterics. We are kicking off our casting debut with an absolute banger. I'm curious as to what the draft is going to show us, because you already mentioned it earlier. G2 are the chefs of Europe. They love to cook up some crazy stuff. Top lane in particular,
Yo, mods,
we
what
saw
the
some
fuck?
Swain, we saw some Kled, we've seen some Lissandra support out from Mickey to answer things like the Rakan. They've kind of wanted to build this level of, we want to be able to play any style and answer any style. Let's see what D+ have been cooking behind the scenes, because these teams, I know for a fact, have not scrimmed each other at all. They are coming into this tournament completely blind as we get ready for draft.
Thank you, finally. Let's cook another one up here.
Are you in the T1 streaming room? I am.
As we jump on in,
All right.
I'm more curious
Focus
about
up.
some of those picks. You also enable
Focus
the
up.
topside conversation.
We're gonna
videos,
pick some
which
psycho
has to be
champs.
Things like the Yone too. I want to throw in.
I want to see
from
Kled.
someone
I want to
like
see
Broken Blade.
Lissandra. I want to
Blue
see
side
some
G2,
degenerate ass
D+
shit. The
on
Cogmore
red.
Brown. We
And
don't
straight
stray away. We
Caitlyn
don't
versus
stray away.
Caitlyn. That's respect.
That certainly
We
is.
play our
Also
champs.
gonna be taken away
Caitlyn
from
ban.
Caps.
Like it, like it, like
You
it.
have to imagine things like
Jarvan ban.
Orianna
Okay, I like a
and
Rel ban.
Talia
Rel
will
ban's not bad
make
as well.
their way onto the ban table relatively
If you want to do that,
soon.
you want to do
Jarvan
that.
gonna be
Maokai
taken
ban
away
is
from
also not
Canyon.
bad.
So some of that
No, we can
early
first
game
pick Maokai.
playmaking going to be denied from him. The
Come on, Penguin, let's get a good
Kalista
draft.
Towards Hans Sama. When you think of Hans Sama, two champions that always come to mind.
What about an
Draven
Orianna
and
first pick?
Kalista.
Caps?
I want to see if the other one gets
Maokai ban,
away
Jace ban?
with the Nico off the side as well. Something that we have seen in fruition so far in the World Championship. Will another jungler follow suit? A lot of Kai'Sa first picks have come through. The Zyra
Yo, Kana is a Renekton one trick if you want to drop it.
Thaddeus, anything else you want to note that feels like it needs to be priority here for G2?
Canyon
Lee Sin
Lee Sin.
also taken
Well,
away.
I think Orianna,
Okay.
if it's up and available, they're just going to grab it for themselves.
Okay.
Maokai Orianna.
Question is, do
If they leave everything open, it's Maokai
big enough
Jace
threat?
versus
Do they think
Orianna.
They have an answer to it, and it seems like that they do. G2, will they prioritize this Orianna? Will they give Caps one of the best mid laners on the
Maokai,
current
Maokai,
patch?
Maokai, Maokai,
Like
Maokai,
on the
Maokai.
other side, Showmaker, who started
Maokai.
ramping up a bit towards regionals, is no fly to that champion either. Betty, she hit the nail
Okay.
on the head. Looks like that first
Okay,
pick gonna
fine.
be
They get the
looked
Maokai.
over
I
in
don't like
response
that.
of giving away maybe
Jarvan
a
Lee
strong
Sin ban and they get
offering to
Maokai?
Defend Keller.
Well, bear in mind that the Talia is still open. We know that Canyon
Oh, the right
very
side, yeah, I see it.
versatile when it
Yeah,
comes to
I
the
fixed it.
jungle, but he's also someone
Sorry.
that loves to invade, loves to power farm, someone that will often find ways to
Alistar
escape
is
the
here.
impact.
What the
I know that he's got
hell?
answer with a high
Ow!
priority on the
Whoa, it's
Alistar.
one.
We see this a lot
Why
with
does everyone play
Radios
Alistar? What the
they
fuck?
love their Alistar, but you got to be mindful because G2
Wait,
Cosmo
we got
Brawl,
Rakan, we got
something that
Xayah,
they
we got
love to pick into things like
Maokai.
Alistar, gives them lots of range, a lot of scaling power.
We got Kog'Maw Braum into
Something that they
Alistar.
don't even have to
Our
prioritize
favorite,
right now. They may very
Draven.
well give up. Oh, no, they're
Oh,
going Draven.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
said it, there's two AD
Yeah.
carries that you need to respect against Hans Sama, and one of them's left open, and G2 enter World State. Let's watch.
Are we going
So at
five?
MSI, Genji did the same thing, and Genji made fun of them on the Draven.
Yeah, we go the Maokai.
So
We get the Maokai.
Deft into
We
Hans
get the
Sama's
Maokai.
Draven is going to be an exciting on the Maokai. An EU standard.
What's he
something
gonna
that
play,
we
Ashe,
love to
Jhin?
play throughout the season
Ezreal?
finals and summer. Going to be in the hands of Yikes, something he's been playing a
What are you gonna
huge
play,
amount
Deft, huh?
of, So no stranger there.
I wanna
Maybe they pick
develop
jungle
into
even.
How Yikes been as the players we get into game, especially with a pick like this, to open things
No way
up.
they pick
On the other
Renekton,
side,
right?
though, do
Varus.
Plus go for jungle, or is it about cementing Def in the bottom side before Def gets
Okay,
back?
I don't mind this. I don't mind
Varus
this.
is a champion that has pretty good range.
I don't mind
can
this.
Play at distance when playing up against a Draven, but also ties in with the composition that they have with pretty solid poke and range, right? As Zia and Varus playing around these neutral objectives can be very difficult to close the gap on. And I think G2 is going to be looking
Maybe
at
they ban
something like a
supports.
potential. Well, I wonder what direction they'll go, whether they want something like
Why haven't we played
Yone
any
if they want
Psycho
a
champs
hard,
yet?
super
Where's the G2
aggressive
Psycho
bot lane
champs
2
at?
versus 2. Maybe Rakan for a little bit more team fight
I don't mind the
prowess if
G2
they're worried
Renekton
about
ban.
how many engage options they have.
Yeah, Renekton ban. They ban Jax,
Probably
Renekton ban.
okay here, Vedius, because remember again, you've talked
Renekton
about it
ban.
in different context, but with a lot of engage
Draven
options on the
Psycho?
side,
No, it's
a
not
lot of
really. Hans Sama
lockdown
main
already, I think,
Draven for
from
like
D+.
5 years.
I feel like
I'm talking like the Psycho
exemplified
Psychos,
support
you know?
options might be the choice.
It depends if G2 feel that Maokai is enough by himself.
Please ban
to
Renekton. Please ban Renekton.
start
Please
the
ban
fight.
Renekton. Please. Just do
Bear
it.
in
Just
mind,
do it.
depending on what direction
Just
they're going
ban
top
it.
lane, you can already
Didn't-
see the Jax being banned
This
away
guy
from
plays
D+.
Renekton, Narc, Asante. That's it.
Thinking
And
about
Jax.
what
He's literally banning himself out.
Renekton is, of course, still up and available. We know that Kana does love to play a number of carries, but when we look back at
no, he just plays Renekton Gnar.
Gauntlet, it was mainly Renekton, Cassante, and Jax that we saw from him in the top lane. With Cassante taken off the board and Jax, will they look to remove the Renekton as well? Or perhaps they're looking to leave that open so they can have a relatively safe line?
It's a great question again.
Pike!
Broken Blade could punish it as the Pike against Vicky.
That's what I'm saying, man. The cooking. Like, there's so many random picks that you've always got to be aware
That's what
of.
makes it so hard to ban against him. You have to go in so many different directions at once, and that's why I was getting excited.
Cannon open? Yeah, give them Cannon.
Coming into today, because again,
what are they going to play? Viego as your Cannon?
Team over in Europe, as Rumble's also taken away.
Doesn't he just pick? Is Broken Blade playing Kled? They're leaving Renekton open on purpose here.
Encouraging T+.
I mean, they're going to pick jungle now anyway. Like, you know, Sejuani, Viego, Poppy, I don't know, something. Probably not Poppy. Rel, yeah.
That can be a good answer into it, but of course...
Do we take the Renekton, BB?
They're ready for
Do we take the Renekton?
And I think D+ is doing the smart thing here. Just lock in your jungle, get something that can give you a little bit of engage. Rel, someone that we haven't seen a huge amount in the jungle so far in this tournament, but still very prevalent, very strong. I think is an easy way for D+ to have good engage and follow up when combined.
Do we take the Renekton?
It also means we've got top last pick here on red side, so Vedi is setting up Kana a little
Braum
bit.
is not bad, you know, but Nautilus also good.
Now all cards are going to come onto the table. What does Broken Blade play?
It's a big question.
Yeah, I think denying the Renekton is not bad. Let Kana pick his Gnar, and it's not bad.
G2 want to go for a little bit more engage. I'm looking at the Rakan as an option. Renata as well.
Oh, Draven Renata. Whoa, okay.
All right, so the 2v2
we play bot side.
Up. We're already looking inquisitively down towards Han Summer on the Draven.
He's going to play Gragas? Yeah, let him play Gragas. What are they going to play?
What happens up in the top
They're going to play Gragas Azir? Rel? Oh no, don't do too much damage to me with your champs. Oh no.
Other explosive matchups we've been looking to see, like the GP.
They have to pick Gnar, I think.
Here, I'm trying to throw some things out.
Or Jace, yeah.
That's what it's
Jace,
like. Of course, we
Kana
know
mains
Kana
Jace.
Is a very experienced Jace player.
Kana mains that champ. Okay.
Very happy to go back on, and you look at
he
the
mains that champ.
D+,
Kana Jace.
Range, poke, being obnoxious.
It's one of his most played champs of all time.
Into their composition.
Yep.
G2
all right.
Very much
now the way we want to play this game is top is in isolation.
Don't be surprised to see G2.
All right, chat. You know the drill. You can use your tier 1 or Twitch Prime to subscribe to the channel, and you will get no ads for the entirety of Worlds. You don't have to though. You don't have to. It's up to you, but you can subscribe to avoid all ads for the rest of the tournament. We do it before every game. You know the drill. You know the drill. If you're already subbed, congrats. You have no ads.
The range that they have. G2, outside of Maokai, they don't really have the easiest engage tools unless Renekton can find a flank, which means that as long as they can get first onto the objective, force G2 to
yo, the best here with the 24 distance, man. You're fucking mental.
To just kind of chip away at G2's health
bars
and then go for the big fight afterwards.
So my further follow-up question is, if it's all chill from there, if they do get through the lanes, then are we just looking towards the later the game goes as well? The poke being unmatchable.
We're gonna break our viewership record. Holy fuck! All right, focus up, Penguin. Focus up.
They have a lot of damage. Renata can be so impactful in terms of space control. Maokai the same. Orianna Shockwave, you know how her works so well.
Cyber just gifted 100 subs.
Very limited mobility. If Renekton can get onto that backline, it can be chaos
100 people, no ads, all of
game.
What the fuck?
So it ultimately comes down to the space that they all
you didn't have to do that,
control,
Cyber. Holy fuck, you're crazy.
Expectations. How much damage can D+ get with their poke composition? Will G2 be able to find a quick engage where they can gain access onto the backline?
You're a crazy
It's an exciting
Cyber.
one.
Oh yeah.
You're crazy. Everyone at Cyber and give him
We're finally getting onto the Rift Hysterics. Are you excited?
Oh my god. What a question that is. Of course I am. G2 versus D+.
You're crazy. All right, let's rock. Chat. Everyone, don't get stressed, okay? If we lose this game, we're fucked for the whole tournament. Maybe.
But
if we win this game,
business, as we talked about, they're trying to rectify the mistakes of the
then
past and show what EU
this
has
could be an
to offer
interesting
as
Worlds
their
if we win
best
this
team.
game.
And Vedius, may I say, their best team handedly. Watching back against Fnatic.
BDS looks alright, but they're outclassed macro teamfight-wise.
I mean,
Mad Lions looks like a fucking... I don't fucking know. Fnatic is yet to be decided, though.
They had a bit of a meta crisis, Caps.
Let's see how Fnatic is.
In a bit of... This is all about the mind.
That Orianna skin is the first Orianna skin I ever bought in League. The first skin I ever bought in League was that one, the Zone Orianna skin.
Just looking for a bit of poke there. Showmaker able to get a bit of damage down. Running the Halo Blades on the Azir, so looking to go for some of those early quick trades. Looking across some of the other summoner spells, looking to see if there's anything too crazy from either side. Press the attack on the Renekton as opposed to the typical Conqueror. Once again for those short trades. But overall, nothing too crazy. And you can see the comment on Def suggesting that he is going towards the poke, but early information gained from G2. As don't be surprised to see this early push. And we talked about early clear from Yike. Something that he's often done on the Maokai is look for that full clear in bot into then an early gank. G2 as a bot lane 2v2 will also try and early shove in this wave so they can get a very early bounce back to then put that extra pressure on.
I mean, bot matchup is...
choose to do that in this game. We're yet to see. Yike, though, already level 2 looking for a gank bot.
You're on the nose, but he's straight away walking in. But there
Are we level 1 diving bot?
From D+ in their river, so Canyon sees it coming. Tried to
oh, he drops the Grump. That's actually insane. He just did red into Grump on Maokai?
I mean,
holy fuck, G2 aggression is crazy, no?
They can use their pressure to offer some assistance. Yike actually stealing away the Gromp at level 2. Really leveraging the power of this level 2. Hansama can just keep them underneath their tower.
Wow.
Showmaker's getting some really insane trades in mid. Caps is getting bullied.
Damage. Caps not getting the best trades in the mid lane as Showmaker
he's running through the Hail of Blades.
And again, he's
holy fuck, Caps is a psycho.
At least getting the phase rush to get out of there, but Caps now at 1/4 of his HP.
So, Yike is able to steal away a camp. So a
oh my god.
Game for him. We'll now move over towards the Raptors.
These solo lanes aren't looking super hot. He needs to eat through that wave, ideally.
As Broken Blade looks to get a bit of a play in top. But the most important thing for G2 here is Yike has made it very
I didn't see it. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Chill out. Nothing happened.
By already forcing him off his Gromp and knowing that he's going to be pathing towards the top side of the map, G2 have created a map state that they want.
Holy fuck, Korean Jace is so annoying.
Towards Broken Blade, and he can act as this weak side, while Hansama and Mickey can leverage their 2v2 strength to continue to gain advantage.
I love the stories we set up, you know, talking about G2 in their regular season, moving into playoffs.
We're doing great bot. Does Mickey have Demolish?
Where the aggression you see by this team and the versatility in their playstyle is shown on the Rift in each and every game. Already there with a handshake bot.
Nice trade spot.
Hansama continuing to push in. A CS lead building up. Deft and Kellen
nice
stuck
trade spot.
And a plate
we need to cover top though.
Minutes is kind of insanity.
Both mid laners are
oh man, top is a horror. Wave's bouncing though.
Picked up for Showmaker.
As long as he can't get dove on the bounce, we're chilling. But
that pressure
yeah, I think this lane's lost already.
Relenting from Hansama and Mickey
this lane's lost.
The early Scuttle Crab picked up for Yike means the Canyon will likely path towards bot.
They picked Renekton because they wanted to deny it from Damwon.
Annoying thing for D+ to deal with those
but it ain't turning out too great.
This is why I talk about D+ trying to get on those.
Maybe they didn't expect Jace top
as well, because when you're trying to face check into all of these saplings, when you're trying to get onto the objective, the amount of zone control they have, you're trying to walk through a choke point.
Nice last thing. They're gonna crash in base on this.
It's going to be very difficult.
It's because Canyon's maybe backtracking for bot grab. So what they're saying here is Yike is saying jungle's moving bot side. I need to clear my top camps, crash bot wave, so I can. So you can base and I can be bot with you at the same time. What's good? Good base timers.
Canyon at least getting the reverse scuttle on the bottom side.
And because Mickey based while Hansama was clearing the wave, Mickey can get to mid first. Or he could run bot and freeze, but
just kind of optimize
we're chilling.
Hansama's doing great. Is there anything that D+ can do to mitigate that loss so far?
Nice, we catch the wave. We're chilling.
Really needs to grab this wave.
We need to get a lot of creeps here, BB.
Dive here, but Canyon already going back to base.
It's okay. He just needs plated seal cap space.
He's a little bit behind. Broken Blade trying to do what he can to catch, but this is not an easy matchup for him.
Cannon's run out of mana a bit there. Broken Blade can get a bit of retribution holding out for now. But that's
maybe one more wave and he has plated seal caps.
So it is balanced out across the map. No gold lead to speak of here at 5 minutes, but as we go back to clearing, it's still important to know that Kana's not the best top laner we talked about from the LCK, right? He's not the big outstarter.
Kana's gotten... I mean, Kana's always been pretty good on Jace, I think.
On the other side in
EU,
his main. Broken Blade has been widely aggressive. Fun to watch, to say that again. And, you know, Kana showing up here to start off their Swiss tournament.
Yeah, and
it's
funny that you talk about that because in this game, like, they've pretty much just left him to the wolves.
Yeah.
They've said, you know what, you do your best.
BB went pickaxe on base. Holy fuck. Aren't you supposed to go steal caps on this base?
Deft is no stranger to having pressure thrown on towards him, but we'll see how well he weathers the storm. So far, his farm has been spectacular.
Yo, Wunder, is pickaxe good?
Great job, even though there is constant abuse underneath this tower. Alistair in the early levels, especially against a Renata, is not an easy lane for them to play, but credit to them. Deft and Kellen having a fantastic laning phase for the time being. Overall, nothing too crazy. So the gold remains even.
He didn't have the gold.
We're 6 minutes in, and we're going to be looking at those potential early dragons,
fucked.
early heralds. Like, this could be a good opportunity for G2 to go for that early dragon, and just as I say, they can start that one off.
So we're handshaking.
Do you go Stride Breaker on Renekton in this matchup?
Hitting up Herald soon. Vedius, because I feel like, you know, with topside pressure that we've seen with a good lane, it seems like that just seems to be the deal, right?
Well, something you're likely going to see is a back soon from Hansama and Mickey, and then they'll likely send Mickey up to the contest, or they're going to
shuffle him here, or they're going to try.
If they really want to make sure they get
Hang
that
on, flash away from Caps. Canyon not even needed. Showmaker.
Can we get that Drake? Can we get that Drake quick? Yeah, we got that Drake. We got that Drake. Nice. Okay, we got that Drake.
You heard the
we got the Drake Penguin. Yes.
It's been kind of sad to see the trajectory of Showmaker this year, how he's been kind of struggling, but I've only heard positive things for him coming into this tournament, and you can see that level of confidence. Looking for a play, working with this jungler to find an opportunity, getting that flash out of Caps, especially with the Herald looming.
He has 2 biscuits, though.
In the near future. Definitely going to give D+ an opportunity and a player to look at for a potential pick.
Emperor's Divide, though, we'll mention, with that being down, Vedius not the shortest cooldown in the game, so with that ulti not being up, Shockwave in comparison for Caps is Yike versus Canyon.
He just wants the crab.
A little bit for the Scuttle Crab.
Yeah, Hansama's spacing.
Canyon zoning him away. Good handshake, waiting for it.
No!
No, it's stolen. And a nice little trade. Canyon getting the better of him. And in fact, with that, CS lead as well in jungle that's come out of nowhere after that early game.
Wow, this is not a very G2 game. This game is very slow. Holy fuck. Normally G2 is TPing bot, fucking lane ganking, Kled ulting.
Making sure that
I don't know. I guess it's fine. Herald fight. Look for Herald fight.
Get that wave underneath the tower.
We're chilling.
Which gave Canyon
it's not like they're in a rush.
To really do another full clear, catch up in experience. And Broken Blade also doing pretty well upside in the top side of the map.
Oh, nice.
Herald now is alive. We can see that Draven still pathing towards the bot side of the map. And it's Renata that you now need to keep your eyes on. We already saw Kellen looking for a bit of something as he moved towards mid and then contested that bot side scuttle. He's now in the bot lane 2v2, so Mickey's going to answer for the time. Flash!
BB! Oh, nice try, BB. Really nice try.
Both in the end, ignites down, Caps comes up.
That was nice combo. Didn't have the damage though.
Herald swing. Let's just throw it back.
Very well played from Broken.
That gets him one wave lead, one wave lead, no?
Notice as well,
Kana has to base.
Recognized that he could get out of that. I think it was just about getting those flash trades to set up for a potential play later.
Wow, are we scared?
E'd in, but then the second that the stun finished, he E'd back out again. You know, he didn't commit too much.
Wait, this Jace is staying.
Hello. The laning phase that bit easier as Hansama now looks for a trade.
It's good onto Kellen, but once again, no cigar here.
This Jace is staying top. That's free Herald.
Off the back of that, so Yike here on his Maokai. That, mind you, is flawless, of course, at the moment in 2023.
I'm surprised bot lane is only a 6 CS lead. I thought they were destroying them.
It's pretty hot as Mickey setting up on a depth, instant cleanse away, but will save his life, ignites
Holy
down.
Mickey.
A couple of autos too, Kellen with the flash away as well. And G2's bottom lane matches it.
Oh, that's Hansama, baby!
This team's pretty
That's Hansama!
Hansama's Draven.
You don't give him Draven.
And MSI, Genji left
K-pop star, AD carry guru.
And they made fun of Hansama. They said they didn't care, and Hansama has been furious about that ever since. He returns to the international stage, and he finds a 2v2 kill. First blood to Hansama.
And it's a big catch.
Let's go, G2. Let's go.
There. Surely that item's coming on board as that's huge for G2 when we talked about the win condition being bot in the early game, Fedias. It's online.
It's also just such a huge confidence play. Look
How much gold did he get?
Initiated by Mickey, forcing Deft back out of the fight. Kellen then does what he can to try and create space. But Hansama, he knows that with the number of stacks he has, that execute damage is more than enough. He has a level advantage. Flash, auto ult.
Yeah!
And they find themselves first blood. I wasn't keeping track. Did you see how much gold he got off the back of that shutdown?
I did not. I was too excited.
Hey, this Jace is griefing. He's dead. No face rush. Griefer. Plate. He's a plate fucking plate thief. La 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 la. Kana is enemy top. Game is winnable. Yes.
And G2 with another with a 2-0 start.
He does get himself another plate. He realizes if I'm going down, I may as well get a bit of gold to compensate. This will give an opportunity. Are they going to use the Herald?
He got a plate, yeah, but they all get plates top.
Typically, you'd expect them to keep funneling that gold towards Hansama.
Don't Herald.
They're saying, you know what? Let's just actually give more.
Hey, don't Herald top. Look, bot tower, 3 platings.
You were struggling earlier, Broken Blade. You forced that flash out from him. And now look at this. The early game gold is ballooning in favor of G2. 2K is the advantage they now find themselves with.
It's huge. Top, bot, both winning out. CS lead there. Top is reciprocated.
Steal it back, steal it back. Yeah, no smite on Canyon. Take that.
Up there, doing well in the lane. No longer with 4 plates taken up topside. So Really good to see that
-1.
in their debut, G2
Wait, that's
is
Hansama.
replicating
No!
what they did in their domestic league, Vedius, up here against the LCK 4th seed.
They need to keep it up, though. We've seen a
When's the Dragon setup?
team and an LEC
15
team
seconds.
get an early lead
BB is going to have to TP back top.
against these good teams,
But
and
Kana
then
can
Volkai
move
be able
downriver
to
here.
convert it, and
But if he moves downriver,
while you
BB
would
gets top
expect
tower
G2
on the
to
next
be
wave.
better at some of the lower seeded teams,
Maybe
being
he
able
gets
to
top
convert
tower if he
that.
bases as
You've
well.
always got to keep that trepidation, you know? Especially a team like D+, you can't
Why are we
underestimate
freezing? Just
players
push,
like
push, push,
Canyon,
push,
like
push, push.
Showmaker, being able to find those plays.
Sure.
They've done it so many times at international
Hard push
events,
top wave.
and this is the duo that so many are excited to see return.
Nice hard push.
So let's see. We get
Top
close
tower's
to the
dead, no?
14-minute mark. The second dragon of the game is available. Showmaker
Oh, yes, no
does have
demolish.
pressure in mid, moving into the bot river, and Canyon has snuck his way into the enemy jungle.
No top laner TPs available.
Canyon, you
We've got
rat.
Caps
What are you
and
doing?
Showmaker
Don't do
if
that.
anything happens to return to the
fuck.
scene in crime as Canyon's behind enemy
Oh,
line.
fuck.
No vision there, wondering where he is. This crash down could come through, and Mickey's unaware, but back in time. Never mind, Canyon waits it out, and Hansama goes back for his Trinity Force.
Canyon
Caps
showing
is diving top.
respect, and Caps on the road
Oh, Kana
here.
flashes 5,
Most
4,
agile Orianna we've
3,
ever seen. Kana,
2,
his flash is back up and
1.
available.
His
He
flash
gets
is up
stunned
now.
Not going to use it, he knows he's dead.
Yes.
As
Top
Caps
tower's
picks up
down.
his first kill.
Don't die bot,
And
Hansama
G2
ult the wave.
continuing
Ult
to
the wave,
hold that
maybe.
top side.
Caps holding onto the
Hans,
shockwave in
don't
the
die.
event that Kana did flash so that he could bring him back in. Yike now getting engaged.
Yike, we're good, we're good, we're good. Are we good?
The Bramble Smash slows things down.
Caps can
Yike's
TP to
okay,
Drake.
but look at top.
We still have
First
Shockwave.
turret
Yo, we can
blood
fight
in
that.
under 14 minutes.
We can TP mid. Hold up.
What I was expecting
Hold
to
up.
happen. The TP as well for Caps can bring him back to mid so he can still catch this wave.
We have good Maokai ult.
Have a window to start off this dragon.
We have good... Dude, Renata Maokai ult.
Hasn't had
Just
an opportunity
collateral.
to base, doesn't
Where are we
have
at? Where are we at?
Smithwick.
Fire
G2
and
still wanna fight
missiles.
this. Yes, they do.
Where's Renata ult?
With the ulti from Yike, it's there, but the Magnet Storm and the boot bag! Showmaker, playmaker! All you blinkers out there, stand down. It's a double over to death.
You can't underestimate the man in the jungle. Canyon finds a fantastic engage. G2, they tried to set up the play
What the hell?
from the bot side of the
What
map
the
with
hell?
collapse coming
Yo,
from the
what
mid lane.
happened? We have no flash on Draven, just walk up and
knows
die?
They have numbers advantage just by attacking the pincer, and they make it look clean. We're going to get a quick replay of this top one. An overall simple play. Kana chooses not to flash. The kill goes in favor of Caps. But look at this engage
I think
now.
maybe
Look at
Renata
the
needs to be
minimap.
with Draven.
Mickey and
So
Caps
she
are
can
coming
give
from
him
the
the
top
fucking,
side. Flash engage, the follow-up
W.
from Kellen.
I don't know if it
Draven
changed
doesn't
anything.
get to move. The follow
It
from
doesn't change
Showmaker
anything.
too.
I mean, the ult would have been
Just
nicer, I
clean
guess.
execution there from the four-man of D+.
And Deft, who
I mean,
was down
it's
in
fine,
lane,
it's
who got
fine.
cashed
Lethality
in earlier
virus,
on
who
what
cares? That
Kellen
champ's
did.
useless.
Now
What's he gonna
has
do?
gold.
Poke
Now
us down?
has the
Oh
dust
no,
blade as
stop
well.
it.
And
Right.
all of a sudden,
We win those, we win
DK's
those.
bottom lane, Bettis, is
Look at that.
relevant again. As
See
we
that?
Look at the Mascard lane economy snapshot. It is looking good for G2 and Gold, but the problem is with that one play.
Deft's playing with his
and
little
now it's red
fucking
again.
volleyball machine
I mean,
with his Varus. Hansama's a
The gap
fucking...
didn't seem as
He's a
big as it
fucking
was, that's for
AC
sure.
130 missile.
But you're now looking
Doesn't
at like,
matter.
okay, G2 recognize that D+ is still a team you can't afford to underestimate. The
They are a
momentum was
team.
in your favor. And G2 do have a tendency, the way they lose domestically is they get cocky, you know? When they get
Don't
that
say
big
that, Bettis.
lead, they sit there, they take risks.
Hans,
sometimes
yo,
they'll skip steps,
you're on
and
one ping. Where's that movement at?
sometimes they need that reality check, and D+ just gave it to them.
So it's a good thing.
Every time you get hit like that, it's a
Well,
mental
from
edge.
G2's
You're like,
perspective, yeah,
ah,
but it's also a good thing
he
from
shot it
D+'s perspective.
because I didn't. He
Everybody
shot for
wins.
prediction,
Everybody
not dodge.
Okay, I'll take
So now you're gonna
that
dodge,
as
but he's
first
gonna
time
make
to
it
come
so you
across the
dodge, and
board
then
at
he's
the
not gonna
very
shoot for
least.
prediction. You're gonna get hit again.
For DK getting some
It's okay, we
gold
get
on
Herald.
it, but Deft, I mentioned before.
Caps is doing great.
Talked about that first item,
he's
getting
not
into
into.
transition as well, as he was quite behind. So see what G2 do now as they set themselves up on the second Herald of the game.
They'll
Perfect.
likely use this to try and unlock mid lane.
I know
It's
exactly
quite
what's gonna happen.
difficult to
G2's
siege
gonna win
against
this.
champions
Weibo
like
wins the next
Varus
one. The
and
day is
Azir
saved.
with the amount of wave clear and poke that they have at their
The day is
disposal.
saved.
But using this Herald, it gives you so much more agency to just break down that tower. Especially with slightly shorter range AD carries with champions like the Draven, for example. They've now moved both mid laners down towards bot. Showmaker continues to have that pressure. Love how he's using the Hail of Blades to constantly trade onto Caps and then use that initial trade to then help clear out that wave and gain pressure. Kellen
Yeah, this
covering for
top
his
wave
top
is
side of the
annoying.
map, knowing that Herald just dropped. There's a potential risk there of
They
Kana
should
being
Herald
in
mid to
danger, but
force
also
Chase to push
covering
top.
in the event that Broken Blade oversteps.
I think smart map movements we all know from the LCK.
Need to help
historically,
Renekton. Give him a drop.
Still existent in the 4th seed here.
Just go Herald mid.
As a quick note, Dragons up in 2 minutes, but right now seems like DK are covering their bases with some vision. Bot side that's going to be cleared out by Mickey.
Mickey.
Who is once again moving as a 3-man unit. Well, DK are not willing to step up and get caught by this hard engage.
So G2 now bringing Broken Blade down into mid. They have numbers advantage, which makes it easier for them to siege onto this objective. You can see
Maokai ult
joining
maybe?
the fray as well. Showmaker going to go back to base, has the TP.
All Chains of Corruption lands. Hansama out with the cleanse. Arrow not going to hit. That's a good Renata.
Oh, Deft versus Showmaker.
It won't translate. Caps setting up for the potential shockwave as they just walk away and the Herald won't open up the map.
Love the response from D+. I think they did all the right things. They hold on to the tower. They don't really give Hansama an opportunity to hit onto it.
Alright, we get a crash on mid.
Was exactly that, a zoning ultimate
We catch top wave. We're pushing in bot. Good.
A big summoner spell out from him. And they keep that tower alive while Kana also gets the opportunity to push in that top wave. And you can see that CS discrepancy from earlier starting to build once again. So even though he is finding himself at 0 and 2, he's still not that irrelevant when it comes... Sorry, he's still relevant when it comes to the gold.
Yeah. I mean, considering that Kana had a bit of an early CS lead, I guess that 20 does translate in some
Okay, it's a little bit less stressful than I thought it would be this game. You know, we're just sitting with a 2k gold lead, and the game is fine. We're waiting for Drake. This is what happened in the JDG BDS game, though. What are we gonna do? We're gonna win the team fight. How are we gonna do it? By not getting fucking 5-mana 0 ulted. Where are we gonna do it? In the bot river. Okay? We're not gonna get 5-mana 0 ulted. We are not. Okay? And Hansama, you're not gonna get hit by Varus ult in no cleanse. We are not. And we are gonna flash Alistar combo. We are.
The Shy's playing later.
That's true. He is.
Did someone say the Shy?
You think he's one of those players?
I think he could be. He's definitely a Quinn player.
I was gonna say, doesn't he want to play into the Garen?
Oh, yeah, he does.
Kana now.
No, you're right.
Does he know?
He does not. Ward down. Broken Blade going to try, but finish the job this time. Flash is available. Ulti with the Dominus.
Send Alistar top. You lose 2v1. No cap.
But again, showcasing his strength in the 1v1.
Just a quick trade there from Broken Blade. Nothing too crazy. The Dragon now spawning in 5 seconds.
Spawning, yeah.
Broken Blade has TP.
Hansama has Collector. Oh, he missed the ward, Mickey. What the fuck?
Broken Blade, but you imagine Kana should be able to make that one up relatively soon. G2 with fantastic vision control around it. You can see control wards littered around the bottom sides. It should be very difficult for DK to force their way in. And we
have cleanse up soon. Don't get caught on that mid wave.
First on the objective. There are now all the saplings in position that are going to be extra bit of poke coming out from the
No, we are Bing chilling. This is great. We just need this bot and mid tier one. These 3 outers need to die. Top's dead, but mid and bot tower are really low.
Down the dragon stacking. And we don't need to fight Draven right now. Trinity Force, Collector.
Caps, be careful. Don't chill out. Let's try and get this bot tier one.
Hansama as well, just waiting for that next cash in.
Or maybe Renekton can run mid and they can get mid tier one. I'd like this top tier one though.
202 stacks,
maybe it's not the best.
Thanks to our little,
Wait, TP top to cover?
No,
maybe we can't.
Unfortunately, LPL, I don't get
I feel like Renekton maybe should have ran back top. I don't know what Renekton can do here. Okay, he can TP, I guess.
Onto the flash. That's a big brain move as teleport going in. G2 want to die this, and with Yike ulting in, Showmaker has nowhere to go.
BB?
Forces his flash,
oh, yeah! That's Caps right there! Holy fuck, BB just TPs and runs at them. Hansama don't die, Hansama don't die, Hansama don't die, Hansama don't die. Oh, that ult from Mickey was clean! Where's BB? Caps can TP back. Deft's mid. We clean them here. We roll them. Yes! Bot tower as well. That's what I'm talking about.
Continuing to push in mid lane.
That's what I'm talking about.
Showmaker looking for that play onto Caps.
Yeah.
He doesn't
good TP. Broken Blade. Holy fuck.
That
Broken Blade Mickey carried that fight. Nice shockwave from Caps.
The TP from Broken Blade. He was in the river.
Yes.
And he was sitting there and he wanted.
Yes.
No, I gotta get here for Caps. I gotta make sure I can offer that assistance. And you'll see this.
We don't get too excited.
He has Cannon waiting in the wings.
We don't get too excited.
Caps doesn't flash. Then the TP comes through, but the rest of G2 are there to very quickly follow.
I love the patience.
Look at BB, he just runs at Showmaker. He just right-clicks him. What?
Then launching on top, and Hansama didn't cash in just once in that play. Cashed in twice. Draven with 3 items out of this replay, I feel like is the reality that DK are going to have to go against.
It looked like a good response from DK initially, but then the moment
nice
BB.
That Renata ult was also really clean.
What is that, 3 now for Hansama? 3,
Deft POV.
The BF
damn, we almost have Rabadons on Orianna. And Azir no flash, and Orianna has flash.
5k is the gold lead.
Does Azir have stopwatch?
And again, question
Caps has no TP.
G2.
He has no stopwatch. That Azir gets 1 popped if he goes in.
Well, they're continuing their season playoffs form.
We're so close to big items. BT Rabadons are so close. But DK can't force Nash there. Nash is trash. Lethality Varus, worst AD carry for Nash.
Great stuff from him in his debut.
Look, they're
game
bot
here
waves. They're
at
bleeding
Worlds.
bot waves. Look, they're overgrouping. They're panicking. Showmaker, catch bot. What are you doing, little bro? G2, don't fight.
Massive gold lead now to doesn't work out.
We're gonna win Worlds!
Here's Broken Blade for the stun down. That might be a tanky Alistar.
Kill that fraud!
Farmyard he goes. He becomes a patty again. Hansama runs forward, gets more money in the bank. This guy's interest rate is huge.
Kellen. Check PayPal, buddy.
You need to invest in Hansama stocks right now because they are going up. G2 see this as an opportunity to start the Baron.
Okay, okay, Baron. Okay, don't fuck it up.
Here we go, the Baron is kicked off.
Well, no ulti from Depth as they're stoned down.
Don't fuck this up.
Death over the wall. Kana can't do too much.
Don't fuck this up.
Comes down to
Are they going to flip this? Are they
BB.
flip
Oh
this?
my god, it's a flip.
Please don't flip it, G2.
G2, don't. No!
God, they've set up deep.
Yo! What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What?
Oh, yes.
What is happening? Yes.
He's next to go down.
What?
And all of a sudden, the tables have turned.
A triple kill for Kana. Canyon with another fantastic engage. G2 throw that 5k lead away.
Oh, no.
And now D+ have themselves a Baron. Oh no, Caps. He may have thrown his life away. Can he get to safety?
What?
Curate still stands. He'll be okay for the time being, but Venius, I shouldn't have said anything.
I saw it coming, man. I told you. I told you.
I thought I was safe because I'm not from EU. I could say those things, but I guess we're looking before
What happened?
Before it all went
Kellen
wrong.
just lost the game for them.
The LCK casters would call it the unique.
How did we lose the game from that? Is it my...
Get this initial pick onto
Yo,
Kellen.
what is he doing?
I think with
And then we lost.
numbers advantage, they should be able to.
Why are we even doing Baron? Just get mid-tier one.
But look at this engage.
And we're 3-man stacking. 4-man stacking.
Kana comes in. Showmaker completely safe on the backline. The three of them, Canyon, Showmaker, and Kana, just tear G2 apart with Hansama dead. He's where all the gold is right now.
And that's it.
And it's a clean team fight win. It's a Baron secure for D+. And now they're the ones knocking on towards the base.
And they're playing Varus Jace with Baron. Oh my god, they're playing double lethality poke with Nash. Fuck off.
Set this up in draft. This comp has range. And what do we know about poke comps in League of Legends? When they have Baron, when they have priority and longer lanes, it is a nightmare to play against.
I mean,
It's another G2 clip, it is. The Baron Pit incident.
Rely on these objectives to find
It's
good
always
fights. They want to
fucking
contest the
fuck,
Ocean
man. How did they
Dragon.
throw that?
Here we are. D+ will start this one off. Broken Blade has gained access into the river.
Mickey's
Yike has
low.
the ultimate available.
Alright,
putain de merde, ça va. Okay, maybe we can win. Just don't fucking get 5-mana 0- ulted, please. Please don't get 5-mana 0-ulted, please, please. Guys, it's their second Drake. Are we really gonna fucking just lose the whole thing for a second Drake? Is that about to happen? Is it?
Dragon gonna reset at least.
Guys, oh my god.
Time is
Look at Canyon,
so
he has
good
flash.
for
No,
DK.
no, no. Guys, please.
Broken Blade looking to zone
Oh
out.
my
There's the
god,
poke
guys,
again.
come on,
Free.
it's just a
Jumps in,
dragon.
Canyon flash for that.
Okay.
Won't get the second one,
Canyon
get
got
over the
rooted.
wall. A bit of an
He
oopsie
flashed
as
into the
Joey
wall or what?
sets
Did he
them
flash
away.
into the
Canyon
wall?
definitely fails
Bro,
his
he
engage there.
flashed into the wall.
Puts G2 in a position to secure the Ocean Soul. And they've also been able to waste a lot of time. The
What is
Baron's
damn one's
disappear.
flashes? How
But
are we
ultimately,
losing?
It's brought D+ back into this game very comfortably. 2 items, 3 items being completed across the board.
Oh, we're having a picnic?
I mean, I'm not sure what they believe they can find.
They
here.
hope
You can
Azir
see that
pushes
bot
out
wave
bot.
is in a very awkward spot. Caps is going to try and push that one out. Kana, though, is becoming lethal. Look at these Jace items. This poke, we already saw it in the last Dragon fight. It's only going to get stronger from here.
Yeah, the Impaler came out of nowhere here for the third item.
Okay.
Relda's grudge. I'm also living in
Okay.
the past.
Top tower's down.
Atma's
Yes,
Impaler?
I do remember
That is not that
That's
item.
very old school.
Draven items.
He'll
He's
be
gonna
building
one-shot them.
Warlogs next if that was that.
Let's go for it. But the point is, Kana is 3 items strong, as you highlighted. Didn't even spend the time to upgrade the boots.
Ocean
That
Soul
man is
versus
more damage.
Poke.
Broken Blade, who was once ahead of the
XDD
curve,
chills.
is now behind
True.
once again. G2 still up in gold, and as you said, the position of the Ocean Soul is great. But I'm kind of curious as
What you got in base for me,
how
Hans?
these picks come through.
You
These
got plated
longer
steel
lanes.
caps,
Look at
maybe?
the
Thoughts?
vision control that's set up across the map. DK see them coming from
Berserker Greaves Longsword. Why did I expect anything less? You know what? Fuck it. Fuck the lethality champs and getting plated steel caps. Just more attack speed. Fuck it. Fair enough.
Jace in a 1v1 should feel pretty confident against a lot of what G2 have drafted. He's getting very close to level 16.
This mid-tier 1 is pissing me off. Can we please get this fucking tower?
And you look at the gold. Like
how is the game playable if you can't get mid-tier 1? Look G2 deep vision. They can't. They're defensive pinks when they're ahead.
Third item now being worked on by Showmaker. Same for Deft. Death cap though is finished for caps, but it means it will delay.
Death caps, plated steel caps. So many items named after him.
Indeed, but the power with the Dark Steel stacks as well is going to be quite relevant in this next fight. Baron up in a minute 30. That's what we'll look towards. That Ocean Salt in 3. So for now, getting set up again, continuing that vision feels like what we have to focus on. And while we are talking about items, I just kind of want to highlight. Well, Def got those picks before. Not relevant, is it? No, it's not.
Oh my god, he healed him. He healed him!
But I will come back, Vedius, because 3 items on Draven.
What the fuck? That guy has no MR.
Can't be overlooked.
Hardly any MR. Where's the Void Sticks at?
Can still one-shot if he's set up on some of those visible carries.
Well, against range, it's just the question of can he actually deal the damage, right? Can he get close enough to hit the targets? Because this was the biggest concern of G2's composition. You prioritize that Draven. You got to remember, Deft is
we can't get mid-tier 1. We can't.
He's very familiar with how to
I feel like the only way to get his mid-tier 1 is to walk up and Maokai ult, but I don't even think they can do that.
Run into, and they're looking to take advantage of that. Great range on their side. They still hold on to this mid-tier 1.
Okay, 30 seconds on Baron. G2, what are we going to do around Nash? We're not gonna start it. And we're not gonna stack in the pit. And then we're not gonna fucking lose the game, are we? We're gonna play smart, clean. We're gonna think. We're gonna activate our brain cells and be like, let's start and turn. Or let's start and zone away Rel, no flash. Or let's just go back to mid-wave. Or maybe we can get mid-push into Nash and then look for a mid-tower. If they over-rotate. We're not gonna get poked down either. We're gonna dodge this Varus Q. Yes.
This time, but still.
Big dub. That's a big dub.
The pressure is on G2 now.
We're gonna dodge this one too.
This poke, make sure that the barriers are being started off. That they can still
and this one.
This river.
Okay, 2-1. We win the best of 3.
For this next one, excuse me. Feels like again the times might sync up, but there's the poke landing onto Mickey, who tries to get that handshake out. But now Azir Suntar's out. Canyon gets hit by a shock blast. The trigger tries to be pulled. Canyon just walks up. And G2 walk back. It's this to and fro here from what seemed like such a successful game that is just now constant pressure that Death alone can exert with
the G2 incident. Yep. Can you see it?
T+ are using their range fantastically, and they're going to start this one off. Showmaker on the Azir will melt through this. They don't have access to the Baron right now.
It's
G2
gone.
have chosen to reset. They don't have any vision.
Yikes, this is gone. Nearby.
Set up Drake, 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 Drake.
Not in a position to do anything about it. Instead, we have to put the hopes there for 25 seconds of this Dragon Soul.
So now it's a question of can G2 find a good fight against D+. The Dragon will be the next point of contention. And if it falls in favor of D+, they will use their range, they will use their Baron to begin the siege against G2. And we talked about how they don't have the greatest engaged tools. With Renata, you ideally want to control space and find opportunities. Kellen, he should be able to spot this flank out.
Yeah, Broken Blade, the lens is there, and away he walks. Maybe the wrong target here.
Just pull the trigger.
Now spawns.
Just fight. Just Maokai ult, start Drake. Stop. The more we fuck around, the more we get blasted.
But look at the levels as well. Like, you know, Yike's not even level 13 yet. He needs one more creeper. He needs a bit of experience to get that level up. Caps full
BB position.
Against Showmaker. Broken Blade, 2 levels down, close to level 16.
True.
The flank, though, coming in from Broken Blade.
Get the Varus flash.
There, it's Deft by himself. Dominus now pop looking for Deft, and to stun him up, he cleanses the way, but Broken Blade has brought the Armada to him, flashes away.
Can he run out to W?
He goes golden, but he should be dying here, but Slice and Dice out of there.
No!
But hang on, he needs the reach.
Dragon.
However, now with the Dragon up and the Renata ult.
Get it, Yike, please.
Okay, as G2 bring it to a 50-50 and win it out. Ocean Soul there, as Yike, some reason, flashes upward. But G2 have...
Can you Draven ult that Varus, maybe?
There is also a grave labeled out for Mickey as he drops down again.
That's 3 members dead, though, and D+ have all 5 members alive with the Baron buff still for another 1 minute and 20 seconds. There's no reason why they shouldn't look to try and siege right now. Yes, G2 do get the soul,
They don't get any towers though.
I feel like D+.
They don't have TP on us here.
I'm a little surprised that they chose to go and catch that bot wave. I really thought they could have done some serious damage to the base of G2. But instead, they're looking to catch those waves.
Go back up! It's me when I buy stocks.
Crucially, in that last fight, Hans Sama's ultimate went wide.
Yep.
I think he expected the flash out from Deft. But look at this, great damage comes from Broken Blade initially. But look at the ultimate here from Hans. He's expecting that flash, but Deft's hold his ground. He flashes upwards while the rest of D+ come to the assistance of Broken Blade.
No.
Snipe then connects.
No.
And G2.
Hold. Everyone hold. Everyone chill out and hold.
Returning kind by getting themselves 3 kills.
And now might continue on as Caps is caught out between his 2. Turret Shockwave's there, but it's late. There's the Magnet Storm. Chains the corruption. The Shockwave eventually comes through to correct myself as Caps.
Oh no! Oh, maybe!
The timing's huge.
No! Yes! Good one!
I'm not sure Def should have died, but it becomes a 1-for-1.
Impressive play there by Caps. In a 4 versus 1, he's able
nice
to
play by Caps.
Deft for his own life. It should have just been him going down there. But he makes it work somehow. Are they looking for the TP flank? Yes, they are.
Well, again,
Mark out. Might
be able to flip things again.
Look for us here, please. Okay, go Rel.
Caught on the wing here. Showmaker
just kill Rel.
It won't save Tanyan's life. He's buying a bit of time in Showmaker.
Stay together, protect Draven. Stay together, protect Draven.
There's another cash in for
Oh, hey, mama.
Broken Blade. It's a pulverized, but can't do a thing.
Showmaker is clean. Kill the Jason.
In goes G2, and we've swung
Mid.
It's chaos. G2 versus
we need mid tower. Yo, we need mid tower ASAP.
This is what fans have wanted for so long. It's chaotic. It's all over the place. But
Azir still has flash.
This time
Azir still has flash.
They had 2 members mid, 2 members bot. They tried to
we can't even get mid tower.
And Yikes saw
We're getting nothing with these kills. Nothing.
But before we even got to that, Caps makes this miracle play happen. He lands the shockwave onto Deft. The damage is insane. He stopwatches to buy time. Flash close.
Kellen, you're so boosted.
But then he still gets the kill.
The ball sitting there waiting. Shutdown for shutdown.
This is like this guy's Alistar is dog shit. It was good in regionals, but what is he doing this game?
At this point, you just
look what he does in this fight as well. Guys, look Maokai, I'm going in. Look, Renekton maybe. Boom. Sacrificed himself. Actually, respect on that one. Respect.
Again goes in favor of G2.
But did we get mid-tier 1? Oh my god, we got mid-tier 1.
Yeah.
Handshake, I think the ability is called.
Yes, it is.
And it drags you back.
We got mid-tier 1. Now we can get deep vision.
I mean, Mickey, again, the leader
for once.
G2, it feels like when you talk about the successes this year.
Hans Sama's almost 6 items with fucking flash up.
That bot lane still
get level 16 and fry them.
Cash in, by the way, I think 600 extra gold. There's 4 items on this Draven with a stopwatch. Hans Sama, he's been getting so much money this game. And every time it looks like G2 are out or they misstep, then they come back in, and Hans Sama is the one that benefits. So now with 3K again, as this game goes on, remember the Ocean Soul in their back pocket.
Don't ask questions, bro. Let him build Oblivion Orb. Lucidity.
We're going in late territory. Jacques flashes in for a twisted advance. Now
what the hell?
Where's that going, bruh?
Calm down.
Chill
out. Relax. BB. No, out. BB out. No. Run.
Trying to escape, but I don't think he can get.
Guys, I don't want to see this. Oh my fucking god! Just calm down. Wait! He's out. Yeah, you're lucky to get out. Stop griefing. Jesus, man. Alright, 3rd time's the charm. Baron Nashor, listen. Be an EU Baron. Be nice to us, okay? Be nice. Be kind. Be nice. I'm looking at you. Come on, 3rd time's the charm.
Yike will begin the Baron.
3rd time's the charm.
For the love of God, don't let this one go.
It's going to flip again, isn't it? Well, maybe if DK aren't there, it won't be a
we got it.
As Yike sticks on it,
okay.
Go down this time.
Now protect.
No harm, no foul as Caps get poked in.
What is going on? There's a fight there. There's a fight there. There's a fight there.
G2 still hovering around looking for a pick themselves.
D+.
They just got to get out.
Oh my god, Showmaker, playmaking maker. I can see it already.
Down in the corner as well. Cap zones him out. Change of corruption.
Ocean Soul, run. Ocean Soul, recall together, everyone press B. Now catch sidewaves. catch side. No, Elder's in 40. Fuck top wave.
I can tell you it was the same goal difference. It was G2 in this position.
Caps has flash soon.
Oh my
Everyone
word.
run to Drake.
Hysterics.
Jace no flash. He's useless. Fuck him.
Dragon. It's going to come down to that.
Yep.
One more fight to determine the outcome of this game.
Whew. And I'm not sold either way on who wins this match.
Neither am I. It really could go either way.
So, let's quickly clarify. Poking out for DK, is it still as relevant with Ocean Soul? Or are we just going to have
Is there someone in that bush?
Find a beautiful pick? Maybe it'll answer for me as Canyon zones off. Broken Blade first in line though.
Don't get 5 minutes zero to please.
Continues on in as G2 look to make their way
Penguin,
in
we
with
can
Elder now
win.
spawning.
Come on.
Poke is doing what it can, but you make a great point about the
We got bot push. We can end on bot wave if we win the fight.
Coming up clutch for G2. The Elder is alive. Look at that mid wave though for D+.
Yep.
Pushing into the
Maybe
mid.
Draven ult that Azir.
He's not available for Showmaker or Kana, but Kana could cook.
Don't let Kana
Especially
cook.
With the Dragon not being started yet, Showmaker trying to leverage his range.
Oh my god, we're TP
Flank
flanking.
one as well.
Hey, Jace, no flash.
Though, so it'll be hard to find the pick as Yike sets up.
Just go on rail, go on rail. It's good, it's good.
Sets him into position. Broken Blade
It's
runs into the
okay,
back,
it's good,
zones
it's
him out.
great,
Kellen
it's
looks like
average.
Angle and Canyon flashes out. Now,
No.
G2 has
Ocean Soul, heal up.
separated DK away
Heal up.
from this
Okay, no
Elder
flash
Dragon.
on, no flash on
Plus
rail.
is very
No ult
scattered
either.
right now. Canyon
Bot wave's
has no
crashing.
flash available to him. But again, they're still very hesitant to start
This
Elder
fucking
off.
Jace is in our Raptor pit, man. Look, the Inter Kellen exposed that fraud.
Well, Kellen gets poked out.
But that should be the go signal to at the very least start a fight. Kellen losing all of his
Nice,
HP.
he missed.
Didn't
Mickey!
but yeah, Mickey!
That's a big ulti as well. They've got to get away from it. Canyon the only one hit and enough space is drawn.
Here we go. It's being started.
Don't fuck it up, don't. No Varus ult! He griefed it! Don't fuck it up. Ow, my god. Just hit the Elder. Heal up. Look, the grief for Alistar. Kill him again. Yes! Yes, Hans. Get the Elder. G2 Kellen. Sign him, G2.
Thank you, says G2
Oh.
for giving us the Elder Dragon.
They weather the storm from D+. They're able to mitigate the poke.
Let's go, Penguin.
Kellen with his low HP still tries to find a flank. He gives up his life. And Hansama now leading the charge. Elder Dragon G2, Baron buffed up. 5 more seconds. Will they finally break into the base?
Well, anyone's guess here as the Baron, the Red Bull Baron power plays 4,500 with G2 almost moving to 10,000 themselves. There goes
Don't end. You can't end. Just back.
Using that Elder timer, but they pull off for now. The game will go a little bit longer.
Hansama must have
Let's see
GA
if
in
they can
base.
get a more solid fight.
Wow.
I hereby name you Penguin. I name you Kellen. You are a lucky charm. We will use you in times of need for wins.
Obviously, G2 in a much more commanding position with the Elder, with the gold lead that they have. And a big...
Almost.
I was
Waiting for
going
that
to say,
damage.
a big shout out to Caps. He's the only player in
Alright.
this game that didn't receive Danish
Kellen the
support.
Penguin.
No roams
Get
in
us a
the
win.
lane from either support or jungle. He's kind of been roaming himself, looking for opportunities. When he was getting collapsed on bot, he was still able to turn it into 1-for-1. And in team fights, he's been so
Alright, we got
patient
6
as well,
item Draven with
making sure that he's
sums.
in the right position to land those crucial ultimates.
6 item Draven with
He's
sums.
really stepping up here in game 1.
Catch side waves, push out. GA for Renekton is up soon.
Close this out because Hysterics, until the Nexus falls, I won't believe
It
that
ain't
G2
over.
have won.
Yeah, we
It's
ain't
crazy. We
cursed
got
it again,
Elder and we
that's
got
for
mid
sure.
inhib. That's it.
On your note about Caps, by the way, I mean, the reason that they got Elder was Caps, you know, onto Kellen, that poke damage that came through. So significant. And coming in clutch, I've always wanted to cast Claps. I'm glad it's not the other one. You know, I know there's been some confusion through the year. That's a sapling, ladies and gentlemen. Bit of AP coming through from Yike.
Demonic Embrace, Shadow Flame, Red Smite, First Strike, burn.
Stop it! How much longer must he suffer? Well, Yike makes sure it's a little bit longer to send him to the base as G2 off that.
After this game is the Shy. Holy fuck, today's gonna be a good day in ending.
Till the Elder disappears. Then the Baron is alive in a minute's time.
The third
What can
Baron.
G2, the third Baron.
Or is it the
Fourth.
fourth?
It's the fourth.
How much Elder? 10? We have Elder for 1 wave. 1 wave.
But with the
Send
last
it.
tick of the
Yeah,
Elder,
good.
Once more, Yike sends out Nature. The Ents of the Forest don't find their
Now
mark,
go
but
Nash,
at
now
least
go
it
Nash.
Zones out for a second inhibitor, so the base is in complete tatters.
Now go Nash.
By DK.
I am very jet lagged. And this game is only making me more tired, Hysterics.
Oh, really?
At first I thought the
thought it
first
spruce you
Baron
up.
play was
It's
just
very
me
yawning.
You know,
What am I seeing?
but
He
now
bought Rapid Fire
I'm very
Cannon.
much awake.
So I
For
don't
Collector.
know if I trust the 4. You said there's been 4.
There is.
Are you sure? Or am I the one who's delusional?
I'm delusional.
I don't know.
There was the one that got stolen.
Yep.
Then D+ took one for free.
Oh, yep.
Then G2 got one for free.
Yeah, fourth burn.
This is the 4th one.
You're right. Wow. I'm being outclassed by someone with jet lag. And I came from Australia. It's like 2 hours away.
Mickey?
Over the wall. Mickey might be
Mickey. Get the ult down there. Get the ult. Nice marker. Kill him! Yes, he's creeping again!
Running forward is broken blade to zone out as DK is still looking for that clutch.
Kill Penguin. Kill the Penguin. Kill him.
Anywhere near. Go back to the farm. G2 zoning them out continuously.
Yo, yike, don't die. Kana's dead. Oh my god, that shockwave was clean. It's done. It's done. Fucking ended. Oh my god, just fucking ended.
He sees the angle.
End it, get me out.
Broken blade looks into the eyes.
Get me out. 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 Kill Deft. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Kill him. Kill. Get me out. Oh my god.
It was back and forth. It was a little bit messy, but hey, G2, they're versatile, they're volatile, and they're starting 1-0 in the Swiss stage against the LCK4.
What a crazy game. It was so dominant for G2 in the early game. Hans Sama's Draven was terrifying. But the
Alright, we made it.
We saw 2 examples. Canyon's great engage around that second dragon.
I fucking...
And then the Baron steal that came out as well. What an insane back and forth. What a crazy debut for your first Worldscast.
Hey, absolute banger as well.
I think Bible might sub in.
As all you can say is...
Bible subbing in.
EU had high expectations, and Vetis, I'm glad they're hitting it.
Bible subbing in. 100%.
We're going to send it back over to the desk to break down G2 versus D+.
Thank you
Get
so
Bible
much. My nerves aren't shot at all.
Get Bible in. Get him in.
I never doubted them.
Actually,
Not
yeah, get him in now.
One moment.
Now that Kellen gifted us the free win.
Wow. Crazy. I mean, you don't even really have like a stake in it, right? Because it
What the
wasn't
fuck
an
is that?
LCS team, so I think you can be an honest judge of how exciting that game was.
I really wanted the D+ and G2 rivalry to be alive and well.
We hereby grant Kellen EU citizenship after that.
Much. The Dragons end up making a really big difference with the Ocean Soul healing coming in clutch. Man, Kellen had a rough game though from D+ for sure.
I think G2 should actually be very happy about this because in this volatile
it's time for the shy
Swiss format,
bro, we have 83k viewers. What the fuck?
And still
you guys are mental.
Is very confidence inspiring. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, let's look at the Baron throw actually now that we're mentioning it.
Yeah, because that one really threw me for a loop. I don't think this game should have lasted as long as it did.
All right, I need to pee really badly.
In the early game, we're unable to match anything, and then you flip against Rel.
It's time for Weibo now.
Like
now it's time for the real legends.
Canyon, right, that you're playing against. Rel is so insanely good at stealing objectives and clumping up in the pit behind the Baron.
Thank you, Kellen. You gifted us the win. Everyone say thank you, Kellen.
So I think that made the series a lot longer, but for me, right, as an LCK representative, 10 minutes in,
it just felt like one of the bad DK games.
Yeah,
it felt like the
G2 were stopping.
No, DK was just all around worse.
He says you're welcome.
Kept in the game by I think. G2
he also said
that call doesn't take away from the fact
G2
that,
are not frauds.
For DK fans, I think they were looking and hoping that the regional qualifier
is the camera blurry still?
be maintained. In case of at least Kellen,
I'm gonna go pee, and then it's the shy time.
Drafting woes that they've had throughout the year, those issues
then it's the shy time.
Still very much there.
Well, thankfully, G2 are entertainers at heart, and so they do throw at the Baron. They do make it a banger.
You know, they have this, they say
midlife, thanks to the 10 gifted.
You know, they need every Worlds, they need like a wombo combo where they just get completely rolled over, but
I will say one huge thing is that we have heard so much about, you know, the Draven getting all these bans and how crazy it is in scrims. That thing was terrifying. So for G2 to do that in game number 1, you can have long-lasting effects on the pick ban for the rest of the tournament as well.
And it also crowned Hans Sama as our Oppo player of the game. And Jada was... As Kobe says, you know, you see why it gets banned so often, and it's such a classic for Hans Sama, and I'll be really happy with his return to Worlds on that champ.
And a really impressive first blood here, knowing he's hit 6. Kellen hasn't yet. Basically, instantly executing him while he's at 75% health, and it just felt like he wasn't really dropping any axes the entire game, no matter what they were doing. So amazing performance by Hansama Draven here.
Yeah, wonderful. You know, there were some question marks. Sorry, that's something in my ear. Some question marks about him coming back, of course, and I think a lot of people have said, well, it didn't really mean anything that he couldn't do what he wanted to do in NA. There were a lot of reasons for that, but he really wanted to show that he could do it on
I mean, the big thing for me as well is that obviously afterwards the team was playing around him as they should, but the big thing for me is that was already starting level 1. They abused the fact Alistar obviously level 1 non-existent. They went completely all in on Hans actually being able to deliver on the champion, and then when he got the solo without any jungle attention, anyone else helping him, you already secure the first big cash in, right? So even if he did end up, if you end up going down, which did end up happening in the dragon fight where Canyon and Showmaker had a great engage, it doesn't end up mattering nearly as much. And you can see as well that once you get that first cash in, you feel so much more secure on the Draven. And the dragons were another big thing that we were just, the three of us were just looking at, because look at the, does it feel like D+ did that amount of damage at any point?
This is the sneaky Ocean Soul advantage.
Yeah.
I don't think it was sneaky.
The poke didn't do anything because of the Ocean Soul. That was so clutch about this game, actually. When G2 did get the Baron stolen, they continued to keep their priority up on the Dragons to get the Ocean Soul, and it was maybe the difference in the game.
Yeah, and I want to circle back as we close out the segment, Jat, to what you said. You know, you said at the beginning of the segment, if G2 wants to call themselves or wants to hold themselves to a high standard in this World Championship, this is a team they have to beat. And it is good that they didn't let that setback completely derail their game.
Absolutely. They crushed this early game. And then they also got to challenge their late game, too. It's like 2 wins in 1, because they won the early game and the late game.
I'm just happy that they got a win, okay? It was not stressful at all.
Never doubted.
Never doubted them. Not one second. You weren't in a green room with me. In any case, we will talk to Hansama, and that will come right after the break, so we'll be right back.